All right, welcome to the second review of the evening, take two. Apparently, the previous attempt at this particular review had some technical problems, so hopefully this will all work out a bit better. Right. So, game up this time is Downhill Madness. Um, okay, reiterating the PR points. Plinko meets Quake in Downhill Madness, an exciting first-person game that combines skill-based physics simulation with unique game mechanics. Immerse yourself in a mystical and surrealist world, brought to life with cutting-edge graphics powered by Unreal Engine 5.1. Experience the fun as you launch hundreds of projectiles downhill, leaving glowing trails and navigating obstacles to score big multipliers. You could almost say it's madness in that direction. With adjustable shots per second and a variety of unique projectile types, each with different physics, the possibilities are endless. Right, so Penny Fan was given the code for this, so over to him for the proper review.
Alrighty, so this game is more of a physics novelty than a I guess serious modern game. Like it has score and you can chase after leaderboards if you want, but all in all you're just kind of making balls go places and interact with things in the environment, be it like slopes or bounce off objects or what have you. This game takes a large amount of horsepower, computer horsepower, and that is available now. I have a 6-core Ryzen processor and a GTX 3000 or RTX 3000 series graphics card. I could barely get above 30 FPS with minimal action. And once the action crept up, I was dropping below 10.
Well, yeah, you've got hundreds of physics objects and also glowing trails for them, which I'm
Yep.
sure is not intensive at all.
Yeah. We can hear
He's
your air
sarcasmed.
quotes from here.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, if you're looking to play I guess this game would have been more interesting say late 90s, early 2000s, assuming we could have hardware that could run it. But there's not enough meat on this to really make it super recommendable in the year 2023. Especially with the hardware, I guess, optimization issues. Um, the music is, I guess, all right, but there isn't a place to purchase it on Steam directly. We don't know if it's on Spotify or Bandcamp, and so it might be the only place to, I guess, experience this music. So if you're really into techno, it's a thing. Um, it controls like an FPS. Um, you have a jetpack, so you can survey the map if you want from up high, and there's no fall damage, so
To
go
get
nuts.
vantage points for your plinko.
It's actually kind of like golf in a way that you can only shoot from one place. There you have a big old lighthouse. I think they call it a lighthouse, but it's a starting point basically. I don't know if later levels have different ones you can go to, but outside of that one area you can't fire any more
Hmm.
projectiles. Your guns, other than the physics manipulator guns like the air gun or the shield gun that you can use to redirect balls, your weapons turn off outside of that area. Which I guess is one way to add some interesting skill.
Yeah.
And you basically starting at the top of a map. Usually at the top, I think there are some that you start a little lower and have to, atlas your way up with the balls with, some of the very physics manipulator guns. And you get them to various scoring areas, a la Plinko. There are some that are 0 multipliers all the way up to, I think the biggest I saw in my time playing was a 10x. And you basically get in a gameplay loop of shoot balls into score area to get more money to fire more balls. Which, I mean, again, if this was, a game from 20-ish years ago, that would have been freaking awesome. But now it's just more of, a physics simulation, it feels like, than with gameplay elements tacked on, then,
Because there's no, like, story here.
no.
I mean, it said there was an adventure mode, but is that just like a series of goals that it gives you?
It kind of has. There's a bit of a story blurb when you jump in where it's something like the year is 2042 or something like that. But, like, as far as, why you're a robot, why you're doing this, I didn't get far enough for it to give me any story blurbs about that. And most of the stuff I saw, like, there's only seems to be, like, one external character. It seems to be, like, some type of fox. But I don't know if it's, like, an AI fox type thing, or if for some reason the fox can talk. It doesn't really go into that, and I don't think it probably will, judging by, how game functions. It's just kind of, hey, here's a fox. But yeah. On the grounds of being an actual game, it's not the best. On being like, hey, look what my computer can do type, look at all the flashy lights I can make move around. It's kind of quaint. I guess perfectly cromulent.
I'd argue with your use of the word cromulent, but...
Yeah, fair.
But, I mean, it's not that it's particularly well defined, particularly strongly defined, I should say.
Like, this is definitely not a game of the year contender, even looking past the hardware potentially poor optimization. But I can't look enough at the code to really see if it's just that or if it's just because Unreal Engine is a tire fire sometimes, to put it lightly. Some of the assets are kind of basic, but not in a way like this looks like it was an asset flip type deal. Like, it looks like, obviously effort was put into this, looking at the physics of the balls and stuff. So if they did reuse some asset stuff, it's more just to save them some time and not, chuck something out the door for $17.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions from you guys, or do we want to get into pricing and final thoughts?
Let's get to pricing.
All right.
You know the pricing. It's $17.99.
Yeah. For, like I mentioned, for that price, it's not worth, if you don't already have specs that can play this, it's not worth, buying or building a brand new computer just for this game. There's not enough meat here. But, like, if you're looking for something to benchmark a computer, I think this might actually be cheaper than a license for 3D Mark. So rock on. But yeah, for just as a game, maybe wait for a sale or definitely be prepared to utilize Steam's return policy. You find out, you have fairly good hardware, but it ends up crashing and burning metaphorically. Like, it shouldn't damage your computer. It's not that poorly done. But it's definitely something, like, I don't even think I had any crashes, just really slow frame rate. So it's stable. It's just,
A little clunky.
yeah, a little clunky. And I don't know if that's Unreal Engine clunk or physics implementation clunk. Or both. But yeah, I think that's it from my end.
Then I think we are done with this particular review.
Woohoo!
Right. And seeing as there doesn't seem to be any sound problems this time, we can move on to Puzzle Vacations Ireland.